Here's the brutal truth. Carried interest can wreck an LP's returns faster than you realize. It's the silent killer lurking behind every fund's financials. And if you don't get this nailed down today, you're basically handing your hard-earned capital away. LPs, founders, investors. This is your wake-up call. You're sitting there, pouring money into funds, expecting steady growth, but those carried interest calculations? They're slicing your upside in ways that most don't even see coming. The worst part? It's complicated, buried deep in the fine print, and masked by fancy industry jargon. So you end up frustrated, confused, sometimes downright angry when your returns don't match what you thought they'd be. That anger? It's valid. You should be furious because the system's set up to benefit the GPs at your expense, and nobody's shouting this loud enough. Let's cut the bull. Carried interest is the share of profits that GPs take, usually around 20%. But here's where the real pain is. How it's calculated can massively tilt the returns. If the hurdle rate, the catch-up clauses, or the timing of distributions aren't structured carefully, you lose more than just some crumbs. Every basis point leak compounds. That's your money bleeding out quietly. It's not just about the percentage, it's about the mechanics. You have to obsess over IRR calculations and understand whether the carried interest kicks in after a preferred return or if there's a catch-up phase that screws you. But so many LPs, they just nod and sign, blindly trusting the GP and their fancy spreadsheets. That's naive, and it costs, big time. Here's what to do. No fluff. First, demand full transparency on how carried interest is calculated. No vague language, no industry-standard excuses. Insist on waterfalls that genuinely protect your capital. Ideally, a deal where carried interest only hits after you've gotten your full preferred return, and the GP's carry is strictly performance-based. Forget generic models. Get your people or experts to model the exact scenarios of the fund's distributions under multiple exit timings. Pressure the GPs to push back catch-up periods or skewed hurdles that favor them too early. If they resist, question why. You're not donating money. Second, negotiate clawbacks and escrow provisions hard. If the fund's performance later tanks, you deserve clawbacks on the carry taken too early. This is a must-have safety net. If your contract is weak here, you're stuck paying for the GP's early wins while your losses pile up. Protect yourself like a lion guards its kill. Third, pay attention to the timing and size of distributions. Carried interest calculated on early partial exits can drastically reduce your overall return. Push for structures that average or smooth returns over the fund's lifetime, not structures that reward the GPs for quick flips while you're stuck with the risk later. Let's be honest, most LPs don't get aggressive enough with this. They want to keep a good relationship with GPs. They want to feel like team players, but that politeness is costly. If you want real returns, you have to be ruthless on these terms. You don't owe anyone comfort. This money is for your future. If this feels overwhelming, remember, the power lies with the few who understand these details and fight for them. Stop accepting the system as it is. This is not about shaking hands and smiling. This is financial survival at the highest level. Get experts who are not just nice on paper, but fight dirty for your rights on carry clauses. Master this, and you tilt the scales back in your favor. You stop being the cash cow getting squeezed dry and become a formidable force that funds want because you bring expertise and discipline to the table. This shifts the dynamic. You get better deals. You get real upside. No more excuses. No more ignoring the fine print. Focus on carried interest mechanistics like your portfolio depends on it. Because it actually does. Watch this like your life depends on it. Because in this game, your returns, your future, they really do. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and check the featured link to learn more.